Did you live your lives a bit like that when you were getting high, where you're thinking, "Oh, I'm researching. I'm a fascinating person"?
Tommy has a great line that I've always loved. That when he was an actor and a successful actor and doing the auditions and living that LA actor life and producers and agents and auditions and stuff, and then he went down to South Central where we shot the movie, where the movie takes place, and started getting into heroin, and that life and those people and those drugs, he said, boy, this is real, not like that fake life. And that real experience, I bet, even though I bet consciously he didn't think about writing at that moment or when he said that line, but that I do believe helps your writing.
Right.
Real life experience.
Of this thing, you mean? Or just in
this
general?
Thing or in
Yeah,
general,
right.
if you gravitate to what you think is real,
right, as opposed to showbiz.
As opposed to writing about auditioning.
Right, right. Or you would have had to write about auditioning, right, or whatever was going on. Yeah, I hear you.
So
and that is true. It was outside the methadone clinic, and I did really have a feeling going like, oh, that's all bullshit, and this is like truly compelling. This has a pull on me and has a stakes to it that all of a sudden is resonating with me on another. And these people I'm around at this clinic just are striking me as more interesting by a mile than this whole world I'm involved in of being an actor. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in terms of the what you're asking, which is an interesting question, is can you get your work done? I would say it's very hard. I was able to do it because I had a guy. Like, you can write a poem, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I was a poet, that's how it really started. And you can get off, you can knock a few of those off. Screenwriting is a motherfucker, you know what I mean? There are not a lot of Charles Bukowskis out there, you know what I mean? Jerry Stahl got clean when he wrote that. He was in our movie for a minute. He's sort of a famous sort of junkie writer. And I think Jerry had to get clean to write that book, and Jerry wrote all his books clean. And he always mentions it, too, that like, there's not a lot of dudes. I guess there's Faulkner. I mean, these guys who got drunk as shit and wrote is kind of amazing, you know what I mean? I guess alcohol maybe is more, Bolaño, there were rumors that he was high. I don't know. What he said is absolutely true. No way we make this movie high. We don't even get close. We don't even try. It wouldn't be the same movie. It's not possible.
So tell me more about how you got Jerry involved with the film.
No, he's not really involved. I mean, he did a day on it. He's just, we know him from the meetings. I know him from the meeting. Like, when I was still strung out, he had just gotten clean, and he was going to get into screenwriting. He came and asked me. Like, I had lunch with him when I was, like, doing well, or he was like, how do I get into this sort of... We was talking about screenwriting, because he just written the book. But we just see him around at meetings, and I know him a little bit. We're not good friends or anything. We see each other at the Y. But we have a mutual respect, and I said, dude, I'm making this... He saw the short. That's what it was. He saw the short movie that this comes from, and was like, oh, that resonates with me as an interesting take on this material, on this idea, which, he's like the high holy priest of, like, editing short story collections about this shit. He's like, the McDonald's of the heroin addict. I don't mean that's insulting. I mean, he's like, the cultural center of it. So he was just, sure, I'll do it. That sounds fun. I want to be in it, is what he said. I want to be in it. I said, okay, we got it perfect.
Yeah, he's doing something else with Tribeca.
He had some Chuck Wepner movie.
That was great.
Yeah, he told me he wasn't. I'll let him talk about it. Anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. And, okay. So.
That's how we got involved. But we liked the idea that he was involved. And then TJ had a great line when he was on the same thing. He's such a nice guy. Because he's always surly when you see him. He's got a rep as being like, Jesus, you're so nice.
I remember.
He does have that rep, and he is a nice guy.
I remember afterwards he said, is there anything else I can do? Any other part I can play? You want to be in two separate parts in the same movie?